1536 should have been a great year for Henry and Anne. The king was now supreme head of the Church of England, and any son that they had would be the legitimate heir to the throne. And things were looking optimistic on that front, because Anne was pregnant again. The couple's good fortune continued with the first major event of that year. On the 7th of January 1536, Katherine of Aragon, Henry's first wife, had died after a short illness. In the eyes of Rome and Catholic Europe, Catherine was still the legitimate Queen of England. Her nephew was the Spanish king, Charles V, a serious threat to Henry's reign. On the day his ex-wife died, Henry was busy partying at court. No one could now dispute his marriage to Anne. If there's ever a true victim in this story, it's Katherine of Aragon. She gave more than 20 years of her life to this man who would ultimately discard and humiliate her. Her only crime was her failure to give Henry a healthy son. For that, she was exiled from court, and her daughter Mary declared a bastard. As a final humiliation, Catherine was denied a state funeral at St. Paul's or Westminster Abbey. Instead, she was buried here, at Peterborough Cathedral. I find it quite moving and sad to be here by Catherine's grave. Catholics viewed Catherine as a martyr, and her story is so tragic that people still want to mark her life. Look at all this. People have brought flowers and posies, and the pomegranate, her symbol, to remember her by. So Catherine remains an inspiration. Henry and Anne treated her with utter contempt, so self-absorbed were they. Ultimately, she would be just another victim of their destructive love affair. Henry had weathered a political and religious storm over his divorce from Catherine. Now Anne was expecting a child that would surely be a son. Henry appeared to have come through the other side with pride and honour intact. But I believe it was Henry's overwhelming desire to maintain honour that would ultimately destroy the marriage for which he'd fought so hard.